Professor, and you can find my beauty blog at www.beautyprofessor.net. I hope that everyone has had a magnificent Hanukkah and Christmas, and now 2 days after Christmas, I'm finally feeling a little bit better. I've been battling a pernicious cold for the last week or so, incidentally the week I've been off from teaching, though I'm looking forward to feeling more normal and having another week off as well. And in the interim, I'm excited to share with you my December favorites. I wanted to make sure that this video is succinct and strictly relegated to products of December for me that I've been using heavily, because then of course I'll be compiling my favorites of 2014, which will be cumulative for the year. My hair is a little bit different since I've been enjoying being in my house. In this case, being forced to rest because of my cold. I've been experimenting with some different braids and enjoying just kind of leaving them in my hair as I hang out on the couch. So this is the result of 2 double Dutch braids turned into fishtails in the second half. I'll try to insert a picture somewhere in all of this so you can see what I'm talking about. And I like that braids kind of keep the hair out of the face, but also leave your hair wavy after you've left them in for a while. So this is the last of that, and hopefully I'll be able to do another braid tutorial soon. On to my favorites for this month. I will start with skincare right now. And so first I'll discuss the SK-II Facial Treatment Essence. Now this is a product I've reviewed on my blog. I've been using this for, gosh, almost the last 6 months. And I really love it. This is the limited edition version, the red flower. It's an artistically designed bottle here. So beautiful. But I've moved on to this bigger bottle of facial treatment essence as I ran through my past bottle. And I can just say this is an excellent all-around product. You pat it into your skin with your fingertips. I think anything this liquid, one might be compelled to use a cotton pad for, but I actually just use my fingertips as the direction says, and you can use it directly following cleansing, pressing it into the skin. It creates a more refined, a brighter, a clearer complexion. I think it lives up to its cult status in skincare. Next is the Lift Lab Lift and Perfect Total Rejuvenation. I adore the Lift Lab line. I have used their mask slash cleanser, gosh, almost to the end now. It's in my shower, and I've reviewed it in previous videos. And this was newer for me. It's kind of like a cream slash serum that you can use for anti-aging purposes. It also lends to skin clarity, to smoothness, to tightening and the reduction of fine lines. And so I just put a pump of this on in the morning, and then I've been streamlining skincare at night since I've been off, and so I've been using this at night as well. And it is just excellent for keeping my skin clear and smooth. So I'll continue to use this. I've probably reached this part in the bottle, so I've used about 1/3 of it. And after I finish the bottle, I'll do another way back in. But the Lift Lab line is excellent for sensitive skin, and I do find that it has efficacy. For eye cream, I've really been enjoying the La Prairie Skin Caviar Luxe Eye Lift Cream. I have made quite a dent in this particular jar, which I started late in the summer, early fall, and just a little tiny minuscule dot on each eye is all that's necessary to reap the benefits of this cream. It's highly lauded by many in the beauty industry, and I can see why. It's immediately tightening, moisturizing, hydrating. I've noticed a reduction in fine lines. And all in all, I just find that it's a really effective eye cream, so I think it's worth the splurge. And my mom has been using it and really liking it as well. December has been rife with lots of Omro Vixa Blue Diamond Resurfacing Peel. I've written about this, I've discussed it in prior videos. Gosh, it's just been a weekly regimen for me. The mask itself is unlike any other mask or peel I've tried. You can see it's kind of iridescent and glossy, but when you put it on the face, it spreads out, it warms up to the complexion, and it becomes opaque rather than transparent. And it just does the most amazing thing to the skin after about 15 minutes of wear. When I wipe it, or when I rinse it off, my skin is so much smoother, it's softer, it's not irritated, so it's like a peel that doesn't have any irritating, disruptive effects on the skin, but it's truly softer and smoother feeling, and it's just a nice pick-me-up each week. December also brought a brand new product my way. It's the xoxo Luminature Essential Finisher. And gosh, just by the title itself, it's very difficult to determine what exactly the purpose of this product is, but I have found, especially after reading up on it, that it's intended to be a final step to kind of seal in the skincare that you might have applied previously. It comes in this golden pearl bottle. One pump is all you need for coverage on the entire face, and it acts as a skincare agent in the fact that it does increase clarity and toning and refining of the pores. It's not overly shimmery. It in fact doesn't look like shimmer at all. It's just kind of a white cream. I'll have a picture of it, of course, to link to below. But it does kind of seal in everything and act as a primer of sorts that still gives you a lit from within glow. I've also found that it extends the wear of my makeup. So I have other primers I love just as much. Certainly the By Terry Doncelise primer is amazing, impeccable. But this has been a fun experiment for me this month. There's lots of discussion about its utility in one's routine, and I found that it kind of seamlessly blends in for days when I'm looking to do this instead of a traditional primer. And finally, in the skincare realm, I want to discuss the Radical Skincare Skin Perfecting Screen SPF 30. This is a sunscreen. In the dead of winter seems like an odd time to implement a new sunscreen into one's routine, but gosh, it's been very sunny and warm here for a lot of the month in Southern California. This sunscreen I have discussed, I'll link to. You can see it's kind of a pearly white. It does completely blend into the skin, and it gives little to no flashback in photos, which is exceptional when one considers that this is a 100% physical sunscreen. That's right, there's no chemical sunscreens in the ingredients list here. I am hard pressed to find a great physical sunscreen out there. I have one other that I love, the Gold Fade In Mist, the Sun Visor, but as a cream goes, this is exceptional. It's liquidy, so it blends into the skin, it's immediately absorbed, and it just provides a layer of refinement, almost like a really great primer as well. It's a little bit luminous because I think there's diamond powder in here, so it doesn't give a chalky look to the skin, but my skin just stays balanced and definitely protected from the sun throughout the course of wear. I'm so happy to have stumbled upon this from the Radical line because, like I said, physical sunscreen is difficult to procure. On a non-skincare but difficult to categorize level, I want to discuss quickly my new phone case from Mujjo, M-U-J-J-O. It's leather, it's for my iPhone 6 here, and what I love about this not only is this gorgeous kind of luggage toned leather, it's well made, well crafted, it's thin and streamlined, but it does protect the phone. Also, it holds space for a card. In this case, I've slipped my Beauty Professor card in here, and more often than not, I keep a few of these here because when I'm passing them out, it's nice since I always have my phone with me. And so I've been loving this. I found that it was really difficult to find a great iPhone 6 case when the iPhone 6 came out because, of course, it's a new phone, there wasn't a lot of options. And I tend to be relatively kind of low-key about the case that I like. I want something that protects it, that looks good, but isn't over the top, kind of just classic looking, and this has definitely fit the bill. Next is fragrance. I'm going to talk about the Agent Provocateur Fatale fragrance. I'm wearing it right now. Whenever I talk about fragrance, if it's only one, I like to make sure I'm wearing it again so that I can get a sense of its essence. This is the third Agent Provocateur fragrance I have in my collection, and it's their latest release. You can get it at Saks. I'll link to it below, and also to my quick review on it. It is musky and warm yet sweet. All of these words, these adjectives, typical of my fragrances that I enjoy, generally speaking. And this is great for the cooler months. It just has kind of a sweet warmth to it that wears close to the skin. It's not cloying, it's not in your face. Rather sensual in nature and super wearable, especially if you like those notes to begin with. On to foundation. I am only going to speak about two foundations that haven't made it into previous videos of mine recently. I feel like I'm forever discussing foundation, likely because it is an undying passion for me. I'm always on the hunt for the next greatest, latest foundation formula. And the two I'll be discussing today are the Galactic Beauty Le Creme Foundation. This is in the shade Sand, and I've been wearing this all day. It's nighttime now. I hate filming at night, but I needed to just because of the constraints of my day. This formula holds up so well, and Sand is a perfect match for my NC 23 to 25 skin right now. It's a neutral to yellow based beige for light skin tones, and there are 3 shades in this formula. I have another shade also swatched on my blog, the almond shade, which is for darker skin tones, maybe NC 30, NC 35. But the Galactic brand, this is their latest kind of product release. They also are known for an impeccable array of lip color, lip gloss, lipstick. But this is amazing. I wasn't certain, you know, cream foundations are hit and miss for me. Here's a little swatch of it here. But this one is a cream to powder, which means that when applied with a damp beauty blender over a primed face, it just blends into the skin seamlessly. I don't get any kind of obvious line of demarcation. It just turns to a soft matte finish that's not too powdery. I'm thrilled with this. I've worn this for super long teaching days as well as shopping days, and it holds up so well. So it's an affordable foundation. You can order it online, and it is great for even sensitive skin. It's got a short ingredients list, and I haven't had a single reaction to it. So just beautiful. Wipes out pores, makes your skin look as perfect as it could be, and it stays in place all day long. Also, there's the Zelens Age Control Foundation. I recently did a review of this on my blog. I have every shade swatched, both in this formula and the Youth Glow from Zelens as well. This is a gorgeous, chemical-free, vegan, non-animal tested formula that is available at Barney's. The Zelens line is known for skincare. A little bit of this goes a long way. You could see how pigmented this is. Medium to full coverage in like one tiny little dot. So the Zelens line is known for skincare, and they've infused all of their effective skincare elements into this foundation. This one is fantastic if you're looking for medium to full coverage and a skin-like finish. I just dab it into my skin with a damp beauty blender, and I get amazing coverage that lasts all day. So it lasts a long time, especially for an all-natural foundation as this is. Does not have any sunscreen, which is great. For me, I prefer to just add sunscreen into my routine, and the same is with the Galactic. And beige is a good match for me. It could almost be a smidge dark, probably as I get to my maximum lightest next month in January, but I can always balance it out with a tiny drop of something else if I need to. All in all, it's just a gorgeous foundation that gets a little bit more satin finish and glowy as the day goes on, but never oily. So I'll make sure to link to my more comprehensive review below. For powders, I have been using a lot of the Guerlain Lingerie de Peau powder. I think I mentioned this in a previous video, so you can see there's been definitely a dent made here. It's a great all-around powder. I wear it in shade 3, which is a good match for me right now, and it just mitigates shine, evens things out. You can either use the pad or brush it on with a fluffy brush. In either case, it just works really well. Also, the By Terry Terribly Densely's Compact. It's in shade number 3, which is Vanilla Sand. I love this powder. A little goes a long way. It does have some pigmentation, and so the fluffy brush, which I prefer to use over the included sponge, which I would only use if I wasn't carrying another tool. Fluffy brush just all over the face adds just this natural sheen of kind of even coverage that mitigates shine. And the Luxe Heavy by Terry-esque Compact just cannot be beat. So classic and so beautiful. Definitely an investment powder, but I recommend it if you haven't tried anything from the Densely's collection. It's a great powder. I don't think you'll regret purchasing it. Only 2 blushes today, though I've definitely been using more. One is the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic in Ecstasy. This is a dual phase colored blush. You've got a lighter kind of peach on the outside ring, and then the inside's more of a pink peach, so it's a little brighter, more pigmented. I love the First Love version of this blush as well. I use it constantly, but this one's been fun for December just to give me more of a pinched look on the cheeks. It does impart a lot of pigmentation, so a little goes a long way. But these formulas are amazing because they wear so close to the skin. You can't see them on the skin, but you definitely see the results. And also Burberry Earthy, which has been discussed before, definitely been a favorite this month. I've put a dent into it. I use it as a contour, especially as I've gotten lighter. It works well in place of bronzer or a more traditional contour. And I just implore you to pick one up if you haven't tried this yet. It's the most unique color, no shimmer whatsoever. I think it would look great on a myriad of skin tones in the light to light medium range. And because it's so neutral, it doesn't pull orange or too pink. I think that that's what makes it so versatile and has made it in demand as long as it's been in demand. 2 more complexion products. One, the by Terry Donsley's concealer. I've been relying heavily upon number 3, which is Natural Beige. I wear it in my under eye region, and it just tightens, it brightens, it does have infused skincare, and it does a great job of covering any darkness, but without looking obvious. It doesn't crease, it stays in place, and it's got such a thin liquid texture. I think that's why it does so well. So there it is, swatched heavily, but when you buff it in with a brush, I love using my Jenny Patikin Multi Blender brush for this. It just takes care of business under the eyes beautifully. Every single reader I've had who's tried this has said great things about it as well. And I do have all shades swatched on my blog. Then there is the Le Métier de Beauté Peau Vierge or PV Illumination Pen. This is gorgeous. I wear it in shade 2, but I also have 1. And you can use it in all the areas or the light points, high points of your face to add illumination. I'll be doing a close-up of this product soon, but I'm a die-hard devotee to Peau Vierge, the fluid for the face. I wear it every day. And the pen is a great way to kind of make it more compact. You can use it to freshen things up, to tighten up. It does have the same skincare benefits as the regular Peau Vierge, but it's just got a pen applicator. It's a slight bit more sheer, and I like to use it just like I would any kind of highlighter for the most natural glow possible. Eyes, only 3 products today. 1, by Terry Eyebrow Mascara. I've been just like moving so quickly in the mornings until now when I've been able to sleep in, that even now when I want to just do my brows quickly, I use this. Brush through. It adds some depth and definition. It also kind of just tames the brows. If you have a low maintenance brow, this is the way to go to just add some extra polish without a lot of time being spent. Invaluable. I just picked one of these up for my mom for Christmas and she loves using it as well. Then there is the Surratt Beauty Releve Mascara. This has been the one that I've been using every day. I have some on right now. 2 coats just adds a nice set of volume and length to the lashes. It stays in place, it doesn't flake. It's great for long days. And I'm on tube number 3 of this, so nothing much has changed in terms of my love for this particular formula. And I had to include it in December because I've been using it constantly this month. And then finally, my eyeshadow of choice this month has been the Le Métier de Beauté Obsidian Odyssey Kaleidoscope. I have it reviewed on my blog. I'll link to it below. It's got 4 shades, and I also recently did a tutorial with this that I'll be finishing the final edits on soon. 4 shades or 4 pans of color here. You've got black and blue for tight lining and adding definition. It's kind of a final step. Down here is a gorgeous camel bronze. And then there is a very unique peach that adds a lot of depth to the eye, a soft kind of opalescent pink. I'm not much of a pink eyeshadow fan, but with this I love it, and I'm wearing it right now as a highlighter at the top of my eyes. And then, like I said, these darker definition colors that you can use along the lash line or as a liner when you use it with a wet pinpoint brush. I'm wearing all the shades right now, and I love just kind of mixing them for a really unique take on a neutral eye. Finally, for lips. I, for a balm, have been adoring the Erin Lauder Rose Lip Balm. She's famous for the rose lip balm that's in the squeezy tube, which I've used as well. But I really like the one in the pot here. It's got a little bit more color, it makes the lips slightly shiny, but the hydrating, emollient, moisturizing benefits are immense. And so it's been great. It's perennially in my purse right now. For some lip color, I have been wearing a whole bunch of the Tom Ford Lips and Boys. 3 favorites for me are Luca, which I'll be doing a close-up on my blog soon enough. It's kind of a sheer coral peach and imparts a lot of pigmentation for being so light. Then there is Flynn, which I think I wore in a previous video. It's a milky, soft baby pink with kind of cool undertones. And then Julian, which I'm wearing right now. It's a purpley mauve, definitely darker than my normal go-tos, but just a fun color to wear when you're looking for something with a little more pigmentation. So Julian is my latest, and there it is right there swatched for you. I also have swatches on the blog. Such a beautiful pigmented color. I wish they'd make Julian a non-limited edition shade, because I think it would just fly off the shelves continually. Every reader I know who's picked up Julian has loved it. So I'd love to hear what Lips and Boys you might have picked up. these are 3 of my favorites. Gloss has been a lot of the Surratt Lip Luster in Amethyst. Gorgeous, semi-sheer, transparent lavender shade. It does have some pigmentation in the gloss part, but also this lovely shimmer that is multi-dimensional, kind of pink and purple. And I just think it's kind of like a purpley pink gloss done really well for adults. So it's sophisticated, it's chic, it looks gorgeous on its own to make your lips look juicy, or over a lip liner or an existing color for kind of extra depth. The Surratt Beauty Lip Sleek in Eglantine, probably butchering that. What else is new? This is the darkest color I've worn regularly to date. I did a whole FOTD on this. You can see it's right here. It's kind of a burgundy wine nude, and it does have kind of, it's so deep, but it does still have a neutral kind of natural look on the lips. You can wear it just with one coat for just a slight touch of depth, or a couple of coats full blown for more of a powerful look. But I love it. It's been in my purse regularly, and certainly one I've been wearing a lot in December. And then finally, latest December procurement, the xoxo Bright Up Lipstick. Direct link to it because the name is in Japanese. I ordered this from Harrods. It is such a pretty color, kind of a creamy peachy pink, but it does have some depth. It's not too light. And this is my first xoxo lipstick. I have a few foundations from the line that I adore, but this is just so fun, so pretty. I also gave it 2 of these as gifts at Christmas time, so I'm happy to spread the wealth on this particular beautiful formula. I will link to any blog posts where I might be wearing. And so concludes my December favorites. I tried to talk about everything as quickly as humanly possible, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this particular collection of products. As aforementioned, I will be working on my favorites of 2014 next. So hopefully I can continue to steer clear of stuffiness and coughing to make that a reality. Also, I'll be getting that tutorial on the Le Métier de Beauté Obsidian Odyssey Kaleidoscope up and running as well. I welcome your questions and your comments, and as always, please don't forget to visit me my beauty blog, Beauty Professor, which can be found at www.beautyprofessor.net. Take care.